Hey guys, Laura here from What Laura Likes. So it is time for another end of the month chat where we are going to recap what I did in September, the books I'm reading. We're going to talk about fasting, homeschooling, and looking forward into October, which I already know it's already October. I'm a little bit late with this video, but if you want to have a hangout with me and find out how September went and all that kind of stuff, then stay tuned. Hey guys, so like I said earlier, my name is Laura from What Laura Likes. If you are new, please subscribe. Make sure you do hit that thumbs up button and share this video with anybody who you think would enjoy this content. I'm a Catholic mommy. I have 2 little kiddos. I homeschool. I'm pretty vocal about politics right now. I don't know. I just really enjoy our Catholic faith and all that comes with it. So if you know anybody who would enjoy that content, then make sure you share. All right, so I wanted to start with books because I know you guys love talking books. So instead of leaving it till the end, I thought we would do it in the beginning. So the first one I want to talk about is The Dark Night of the Soul by St. John of the Cross. I'm rereading this. I'm actually further into it than I've ever been before. I'm reading it on my Kindle, so I don't have a physical copy to show you guys, but if you have read Dark Night of the Soul, tell me down below. It's so good. What I love about Dark Night of the Soul is the beginning, where he really goes through and talks about all the kind of beginner fails that new Christians, new Catholics, people who have suddenly got that fusion of the Holy Spirit and are really on fire for the faith, some of the mistakes that they make because they're still really centered in the sensual. And I remember when I went through my deepening of faith, I've had all sorts of really cool sensory experiences that God gave me as graces to keep me kind of moving forward. One of them was that I actually felt heat radiating from the tabernacle at one point. It was so amazing. I don't get those sensations as much now anymore, having kind of walked further along that path, that spirituality path. But in the beginning, it was really intense. And so a lot of times when people convert to the Catholic faith, especially they're receiving the Eucharist, they're getting this grace that they're not used to getting. It can be really powerful. And then we go through the first dark night of the soul. And it can be a couple days, it can be a longer period of time, you can kind of go in and out of it. It depends on whatever God really determines is what's right for you. And if you are a stronger person, it might be more intense but shorter. And if you're a weaker person, then he might hold your hand more, but it may be longer. And the whole idea is to root out that sensual side of things. It's that test of, if I take away the sensory, will you still love me? Right? That's where the real choice comes in. And then after that period of time, he gives you back some sensory things, but you're now in a different place than you were before. And then the second dark night of the soul, which doesn't happen to very many people, is called the spiritual dark night of the soul versus sensual. Let's see. The second book I read is called The Chaos Cure. I'm not all the way through it, but it's a Fly Lady book, and it's very practical. Chaos stands for can't have anybody over syndrome. And it's this idea that our houses are chaotic, hence the word, and we're really embarrassed by them, and we wouldn't want someone just showing up. And so Fly Lady's whole purpose is to kind of get you to a place where you always feel comfortable having somebody over. And I'm laughing a little bit because my house is a disaster right now, and tomorrow is Sunday, and I don't do work on Sundays, so I have a lot ahead of me. But we went to the pumpkin patch this morning, so I'm kind of tired. So hence my coffee with I love this cup. It just says Faith, and it's like a really big cup, and I love it. So I'm kind of like chugging back the coffee a little bit, trying to get my energy up so I can clean for like a good hour. But so if you need help with your house at all and you're like, what Fly Lady book to start with? I chose The Chaos Cure because I already kind of know the Fly Lady system. Her basic book is called Sync Reflections. That was her first book. And then she does have a book called 31 Baby Steps, which helps you get started in the program. So depending on where you're at, what your needs are, there's a book for you. And then I did read the book over September called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? And it was the book that Blade Runner is based on, and my husband had gotten the comic book with some of his birthday money, the graphic novel, sorry. And he was really confused, and I was like, well, let me read the book and we can talk. And it was really fun parallel reading a book. I'm not sure if he'll do it again because he kind of prefers graphic novels to word-only books. I don't know. So maybe if I can find another graphic novel that does that, where it's actually like the whole book, I think that'd be fun. But let me know if you guys like dystopian novels. I had some really good suggestions over on Instagram by some of you talking about different dystopian novels I should read. I've read all of like the main ones, like 1984, Fahrenheit 451, Brave New World. That one was the worst. Handmaid's Tale. So that's the one I read. I'm not sure I liked it. I kind of walked away like, I don't know if I really like that book or not. I heard that's kind of the way people embrace that author, that he kind of leaves you like, do I even like this or not? But that's kind of weird. All right, so that's books. I'm also still on the first Lord of the Rings, but I'm almost done. Let's talk about fasting for a minute. So September, I started fasting. So there were Ember days, I think it was in the beginning of September, and I wanted to practice those. And I realized very quickly that I wasn't really sure how to do it. And I found a video by Sister Emmanuel that I shared over on Instagram. My Instagram's down below if you guys want to follow me over there. And it was really, really good. And she talked about fasting on like pretty much bread and liquid. I wouldn't say just bread and water, because she talked about tea. She kind of made a joke about coffee, and I wasn't really sure how to go there, so I said yes to coffee so far. So now my goal is to fast every Friday. And we already fast from meat on Fridays. So it's a kind of, and I always go to Mass on Fridays. So I felt like it was a really beautiful way to pair fasting and prayer, because Fridays are already kind of prayerful and more otherworldly. And so that's the funny thing about the world is they always say TGIF, thank God it's Friday. And it's like, yeah, thank God it is Friday, because Friday is the day that God died for us. And without that, we wouldn't have heaven. And so, but that's not what they mean. But so as Catholics, we thank God as Friday in a different way. And so it's important to understand that every Friday is a mini Good Friday. And if you aren't fasting from meat, then you need to be doing some other kind of penance, because the church didn't actually take away the penance. It gave a dispensation for the meat factor itself. But let me know, you guys, if you have tips for fasting. I bought some spelt bread off of Amazon, and I will link that down below. I'll also link the video I used to make my spelt bread. Spelt bread is an ancient grain. Spelt is an ancient grain, and so it's easier to get more nutrients than if you're eating just like white bread or even like a whole wheat bread. It's really yummy. And so the goal is to just kind of eat that throughout the day, and then I do break my fast with dinner and like wine. So I don't do a whole 24-hour fast on Fridays, but I do go throughout my day eating as little as I can while still being able to maintain my activity. So that's fasting. And I just want to say real fast that fasting is really powerful, not only for getting your prayer intentions like really heard, but also because it will show you your spiritual cancer. You're in a different place where you're not necessarily comfortable, and you can kind of see where you need to work on spiritually. So it's very, very powerful, and it's also a virtue. So we have to work on all virtues in order to perfect ourselves. And so fasting is actually a virtue, so we should all be practicing fasting as best as we can. So I could do a whole video on fasting, but I will move on to homeschooling in a minute. All right, guys, I'm back. My battery died. So moving on really quickly, because I know this video is going to get long fast. So homeschool. So in September, I was really excited because I finally bought the Prima Latina DVD set. I just bit the bullet, whatever you call it, and paid the $40 for the DVDs, and I'm so happy I did. Because first of all, I love Memoria Press. I am so tempted to just throw it all and just do all Memoria Press, but it's not Catholic, so I'm like, nah. But I love the classical education philosophy. I love everything about classical education, and the Prima Latina DVDs are so worth the money. So I already had the CD, and I already had the workbooks and the teacher manual. So my daughter is 10. She just turned 10. She's 4th grade. She does seem to be functioning as slightly dyslexic, and so we've been pretty cautious with introducing like more rigorous work. However, I was really pleased when she just in one day got the whole workbook done for lesson 1. We're just doing 1 lesson a week. And then with my 1st grader, he's just learning the roots, but with no workbook activity. And so I was really excited. So I really look forward to doing that. And I like that I get to learn with them. I watch the video with them, and we talk about it. And then I just kind of quiz them off the top of my head throughout the week. So fun. The other thing is we're using McGuffey readers. So I had bought the 4th one thinking that that was 4th grade. No, that's not how it works. So Neil's using the primer and Chloe's actually using the 2nd reader. And the 2nd reader is we're starting at the beginning. It's very easy for her right now because she is 4th grade. She's reading at about a 4th grade level, I think. I mean, I have no idea how to know. If you guys know how to like figure out what reading level your kid is as a homeschooler, let me know because I have no idea. So I think she's reading at a 4th grade reading level. But so it's very easy. But the 3rd reader started out with a poem and she was really confused about what was happening in it. She could read it, but she was confused. So I'm just kind of starting her with the 2nd one, and she's doing 1 lesson a day and kind of blowing through it. And but they're so beautiful. So if you guys use the McGuffey readers, let me know down below if you do. I just make it super simple, and I just work through it at their pace, and we talk about the spelling, and I don't know, just love it. So, and then with Brave Writer, I'm laughing because it's supposed to be 1 book a month, and we are still in the middle of Charlotte's Web, which this is my issue with Brave Writer is now I'm kind of stuck because I can't do the last lesson. It's supposed to be 1 lesson a week, like one week worth of material a week. And I'm stuck because I'm not there in the book. And technically you want to be like about, you want to be finished through with the paragraph you're supposed to be studying by the beginning of that week. And so I just didn't make myself a reading plan. I wasn't on top of it because we're reading like 2 or 3 other chapter books at the same time. We're reading the Incorrigibles, the 3rd Incorrigibles, and we were reading Treasure Island. We haven't picked it up in a while because we're also reading Charlotte's Web. Oh, and then Ryan's reading them Jungle Book, but like an annotated version. So, so we just need to kind of figure that out. And then the kids found a mummy documentary program on Disney Plus, and they love it. So I don't know if your kids are into like archaeology or mummies or Egyptianology. I don't remember how you call it. But anyway, they both really liked it. They watched 2 episodes and they were telling me all the things like, Mom, they found these jars and I don't know. So they thought that was really fun. Obviously, we also had the debates, and I did a whole video on the debates that I can link down below as well as up here. And, the debates were what they were, and I'm looking forward to hopefully the next one. Hopefully President Trump is, beats COVID. So looking forward to October. So I don't know exactly what day this video is going to drop, but October 6th, you guys, at 1:30 Central, Ryan's reversal surgery is happening. So Ryan, as you guys know, we've had a vasectomy. We've had a vasectomy for 7 years. We are finally fixing it. We are finally going to have that beautiful Catholic marriage that everybody else talks about, and it's so beautiful. So it's this Tuesday, October 6th at 1:30. So please keep us in your prayers. Say Divine Mercy Chaplet for him if you have a chance, or a rosary, or just, I don't know, whatever you need to do, whatever you feel called to do. But any prayers would be appreciated because we just want to do God's will, right? So, and we know this is God's will. So, let's see. Also, so it's October, and so my new project for this month would be the implementing the program Getting Things Done, GTD. This program has been around for about 20 years, but my sister and I have just discovered it. She actually discovered it first through a podcast, and it's like, I'm reading this book, and she bought it for my birthday, which is also this month in October. And so we are reading the book together and talking through the system and using Trello to set up projects and lists, and it's really amazing. So if you guys know anything about GTD, let me know down below, especially if you have ways that you do your capturing or anything else. I think there is a smudge on my camera, but hopefully that's not coming across on camera. October 28th is my birthday. I'm going to be 37. I literally just said 27. That was funny. Nope, 37. And so I was teasing Ryan because I'm like, I'm so old. I'm going to be 37. And he's like, whatever. That was me last year. So he's 38. So anyway, we're getting up there. It would be nice to have at least one more kiddo before I'm 40. That's that'd be beautiful. And then right after my birthday is Halloween, All Hallows Eve. And All Hallows Eve, well, however we say it, it's the night before All Saints Day. And that's what All Hallows Eve means, is All Saints, All Holy Souls. So I go like this with Halloween these days. I don't like any of the dark, creepy decorations. Mostly because I don't watch horror movies. I don't like to put those kind of images in my brain because I know that the devil can use whatever we expose ourselves to in order to like mess with us, if Jesus lets him. So I just really don't love the creepy clowns and the ghouls and the severed heads and the hands sticking out of the ground. I really don't like any of that stuff. So it's always an interesting topic to talk about with other Catholics about Halloween because people are on very different spectrums. Some people say anything goes. Some people say nothing goes. And then, there's the rest of us. So at this point, my kiddos, we let them dress up however they want. They just want to be superheroes or they're saints. So what I've decided to start doing is having an All Saints Day party. That way the children have to dress up as saints. They have to I'm laughing because when Chloe was little, we went to a Halloween party on Post, like at a church, and we were cafeteria Catholics. We didn't know any better, and so we walked in, and all these kids were dressed up as different saints, and our kid was Tinkerbell. We were that family because we just didn't even know. And I'm like, wait, are we supposed to I don't even know how to sew. Like, how am I supposed to do this? I'm like, you can't just buy a saint costume. You have to make one or piece it together. Anyway, that was really funny. So, but I'm in a different place now, but I feel for everybody who's still a bit confused about Halloween and what it means and all the things. It has a kind of a confusing piecemeal past. So like the skeletons kind of came from the time of like the macabre, is it macabre? In France, where they had like the dancing skeletons because everybody was dying and it was all like memento mori, remember your death kind of thing. And I'm actually a huge fan of like memento mori skulls and things, so the skeletons don't freak me out at all. But like the creepy clowns and that kind of stuff, like I just don't see, that's just all really dark feeling to me. So we kind of keep things lighthearted, like the candy corn, the pumpkins. We do carve pumpkins, and I know that some people feel controversial about that. So anyway, if you guys want to share down below what you think about All Hallows Eve, the practice of Halloween, whether you trick or treat or not, we do trick or treat. And just, it would be an interesting conversation because I just know it always brings up all sorts of fun information. All right, guys, this video is so long, so I'm going to go. But that was my end of the month chat for September. I hope everybody is doing well, especially if you're homeschooling. With that, you guys continue to know God, love God, do God's will. I hope you enjoy these videos. Let me know if you like these end of month chats, recaps, and keep us in your prayers. All right, guys, until next time, God bless. Have a very beautiful day. Continue to know God, love God, and do God's will. And I will talk to you real soon. Bye.